Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin price has bounced almost 15% from its lows a little over a day ago. Is this a bull trap, or are we headed much higher? We're going to be taking a look at that in today's video. We're going to be looking at exactly why Bitcoin price has bounced. Plus, we're going to take a look at, is this a new trend, or are we going to continue lower? And if you hang around till the end, we'll be taking a look at some of the best altcoins to scoop at major gains today. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Bitcoin has bounced massively since it found a bottom a little over a day ago. It's almost up 15% at this point. Could we be headed towards higher highs, or are we continuing to lower lows? We're going to take a look at that today. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. And today's video is sponsored by Uplift DAO, so stay tuned till the end for a sponsored review. Now, if we take a look at the markets today, up huge. Bitcoin at 37,660, Ethereum at 2478, BNB at 381, Cardano at 105, Solana $95, XRP 62 cents, and Terra Luna $62. And as we can see, we're still in extreme fear, but not nearly what we were yesterday at 11 or 12. We've almost doubled that up to 23, almost getting out of extreme fear itself. Now, Bitcoin price is kind of hanging in the clutches based on some news or some comments we're waiting on, which could happen in the next day or so. Bitcoin holds on to 10% gains ahead of crucial Fed rate hike news. There's news from the Fed on the horizon about the rate hikes. Are interest rates going up? Is there going to be quantitative tightening, or are they going to continue with the quantitative easing? And based on that happening, we're seeing in the NASDAQ the biggest day of volume for the NASDAQ in over 10 years. You can see this giant green candle right here, this giant spike of volume right here, hasn't been that high since the bottom there. But since way before then, about 10 years ago was the last time we saw something like that. And could it happen that Bitcoin recovers pretty quickly? As a matter of fact, it could. In this chart right here from Invest Answers, we see that with Bitcoin, the average correction duration is 89 days. But that's average across all of Bitcoin's lifespan, because sometimes Bitcoin's in bull markets, sometimes Bitcoin's in bear markets. Now, average period to recover, 257 days, but that includes bear markets. If we don't include bear markets, 64 days. So supposing we still are in this bull market, we could have a pretty quick recovery, maybe even a V-shaped recovery. As a matter of fact, we're seeing some charts right now that's comparing Bitcoin to the S&P 500 index. Now, this is yearly candles here for the S&P 500. This is monthly candles for Bitcoin, but we can see top one, top two, and then bounce off and shoot up over 5x. Okay, shoot up over 5x. Well, potentially we have top one, top two, shoot up potentially 5x to the same levels, potentially in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, this is very interesting, well, particularly because 23% of Americans own crypto assets, while 56% own stocks. However, crypto is only 12 years old. The stock market, 203 years old. This is a rising political force. Look at this, how everybody's comparing Bitcoin to stocks. Stocks have been around forever. Bitcoin is adopted. Cryptocurrencies are adopted. Mass adoption is here, is happening. This could be very big. So if we take a look at the chart, if we zoom out just a little bit, you can see I've been talking about how Bitcoin in this area, $30,000 to $53,000, really nobody knows. It's just blowing back and forth. It's like pissing in the wind. You never know what's going to happen. But once we break out one way or another, we'll have a better idea if Bitcoin's in a bearish trend or a bullish trend. However, let's say that what's going on here is indicative of what could happen with Bitcoin. Let's say that potentially Bitcoin could have a nice recovery, maybe even something like we saw after these high volume areas in the NASDAQ. Well, if we were to say that could happen, well, what could potentially happen? We possibly could have a V-shaped recovery, kind of like the COVID bottom here. Now, if we take a look at the COVID bottom and we just plot out the bar pattern, we put that around where we are. We'll even let it wick out all the way to the bottom right there on $30,000. Well, if that were to happen, let's just zoom down just a little bit. You got to keep going, because this goes way up here to almost $440,000 Bitcoin. Yikes. That would be awesome. That would be one way to bring in the new year, 2022. Heck yeah. But let's take a look at the charts, because that may be a bit unrealistic. Well, if we take a look, we are approaching the Diamond Hands price floor. Every time that it hit this price floor, so this is the Diamond Hands model in orange, every time it hit this price floor, the blue line down here, guess what? Amazing buying opportunity, amazing buying opportunity, amazing buying opportunity, amazing buying opportunity. Now, we haven't hit that price floor yet, but we are well on the way. We are very, very close to getting there, which could be another amazing buying opportunity. Not only that, but the Bitcoin relative unrealized loss just bounced off the same zone as it did back in the July 21 bottom. So we could have likely found the bottom here. And basically understanding this is help us get a sense how underwater the market is. Not calling a bottom, but it's interesting. Well, but it could be. And if we take a look, we're starting to see early signs that institutional money is starting to come back in. As we see the coins moving to and from whale holders, we're seeing crossing this line here, they are starting to accumulate again. Guess what? They sold at the top, they're accumulating back down at the bottom. Which brings us to this chart here, because not only are whales accumulating, but pretty much everybody is stacking their sats. Not just whales, but we also have the minnows and the dolphins and the crabs and all these different things that are hodling. But there's a hardcore base of Bitcoin hodlers that dollar cost average relentlessly. No matter the direction of the price, they just keep stacking sats. Look at this. Almost a solid green line straight up there, continuing to decrease the supply of Bitcoin. And all of these things are signaling what could potentially be pretty good news for Bitcoin, could potentially send the price much, much higher if indeed this is the bottom. Now, me personally, I don't think we've actually seen the top for this cycle, but have we found the bottom yet either? I don't know. I don't feel we've reached full capitulation, but this could potentially be a bottom because the $32,000 area is a lot of support when we take a look at the volume profile, because you can see right here a lot of money exchange hands in this area. Which brings us to the question, if Bitcoin moves too slow for you, however, Bitcoin does change the directions of the market, if the market is starting to head back upwards, well, what coins would it be worthwhile to have in your pocket? And I have a couple answers for you. The first answer, based on the token metrics indexes, if we take a look at this, their weekly index, these are the top 10 coins, or excuse me, top 5 coins that are likely to beat Bitcoin this week. If we take a look at them, we can see this yellowish line is their indices, this black line is Bitcoin. So if you want to outperform Bitcoin, yeah, taking a look at some of these coins. Not only that, but we can choose all exchanges, or we can find the best exchanges, like KuCoin right here being the top exchange. And if we do that, the 5 coins for this week likely to outperform Bitcoin would be Kyber Network Crystal, Router Protocol, Elastos, WireX, and Pax Gold. Now, some of those are smaller cap coins that you have a greater chance of gaining. You may not have a bigger chance of losing as well, but if you want some more stable coins to keep an eye on, because we know that smart contract platforms, layer 1 platforms, are the way to go. If you're looking for some at a steep discount after the market's been gutted over the past week, these are some ones worthwhile to take a look at. We take a look at token metrics again. We go to analytics, ratings, smart contract platforms on a monthly time frame. You can see right here, which tells us the ones that are the most undervalued. And the reason we use token metrics is because it grades everything with a TM grade that uses artificial intelligence, machine learning, over 80 metrics to pick out the best coins, period. Plus, it has a bunch of different categories you can take a look at. Well, some of the top projects at a steep discount right now worth taking a look at would be things like Secret, Phantom, Oasis Network, Fuse, Elastos, Near, Harmony, Terra, Dust Network, Chromio, Phantasma. Definitely worthwhile putting on your shopping list so you can start to do some research yourself. And if you haven't tried out token metrics, there's a discount link down in the description, not the pinned comment. I stopped commenting in the pinned comment because all the comments are spam nowadays and they undo my pinned comments. So that being said, that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Uplift. Incubate, launch, and accelerate the business. Now, this is a sponsored review, so clearly do your own due diligence. I'm not endorsing the project. I'm merely presenting the project to you, and then you can do your own due diligence and figure out if this is something you'd be interested in investing in. Now, on their website, you can learn more, and we're going to take a look at the deck right there. You can launch the app, the stake, buy, lift. So if we take a look at the deck right here, enabling startups through community-based capital deployment, accelerator, launchpad, and community. So what we've achieved already, they have their launchpad live, they've had their summit, they've had 2 million BUSD total value locked with 6,000 stakers. They've raised over 450,000 BUSD for UMinter. They raised 100,000 BUSD for Jumbo with immediate sellout. And now they're in Q1 of 2022, and we'll take a look at their roadmap coming up. So ready to launch, they have GameFi, they have NFT marketplaces, asset management protocols, yield aggregators, DEXs, and infrastructure projects. With their accelerator, capital is provided to a project in seed and private stages through Uplift Venture Fund, community leaders, and VC partners, and aid with the pre-launch buildup via VC exposure, influencers, exchange listings, and market makers. Their launchpad facilitates the funding by exposing your project to the community of business angels with cross-chain IDOs, KPI-based raise unlocks, whitelisting, KYC, vesting and distribution, and fair lottery. So the IDO on BSC distribution on any EVM-compatible network. High-raised projects receive funds in tranches according to the agreed-upon KPI. Project can facilitate and a fundraise for its community by providing a custom list of participants. One-time KYC by OnFido guarantees full regulatory compliance and ensures we won't hold on any personal data. Platform supports multiple vesting types and schedules, and the absence of a tiered system and a standoff period after each IDO both lead to a highly diverse set of participants. Now, who they are. Their angels are more than just financial contributors. They understand how to promote and bring exposure to projects in the open market. So the marketing community is a community of marketers, KOLs, influencers, and venture capitalists with extensive industry experience, global reach spanning over 80 countries, creating global exposure for each project they back. Now they have community incentives as well, accelerating the post-launch momentum by creating a series of community-based incentives like bounties, referral programs, and farming. Now with the bounties, they have how-to, learn-to tutorials, Medium and YouTube content, social media activity, community management, in exchange for token rewards, two-tiered referral system for continuous rewards from IDOs, farming, and bounty programs, and increasing the project utilization by deploying staking and or liquidity mining programs with referrals and lockups. Now about the token, there are a few different utilities for the token. There's the IDO fee, so community rewards and token buybacks. There's early stage funding with community rewards and token buybacks. And community incentives, again with community rewards and token buybacks. And then there's a lot going on with staking. They have IDO access, early stage funding, referral program bonuses, incentive programs, and governance and voting. Which brings us to the token distribution. We can see here 10% liquidity, 5% airdrop, 18% farming, 12% burning, 15% marketing, 18% public presale, 8% counsel, and 14% treasury. And the roadmap. So early in Q1 of 2022, they have liquidity mining governance ambassador program. Q2, initial NFT offerings and localization. Q3, project token farming calendar and notifications, liquidity lockup mechanisms, and Q4, venture bond offerings. Now, some of the partners that they have here, they get immediate exposure to the network of venture capital firms and business partners like Near, Zokyo, Ikigai Ventures, AIBC, New Tribe, DuckDAO, Pools Ventures, Delta Theta, Yellow Road, and A2 DAO, which brings us to the DAO Council. You can see the DAO Council right here. And lastly, if you want to connect with them, you can scan that there, or also we'll have a link that you can click in the description coming up soon. Now, if we take a look at Dune, we can see here already over 2 million BUSD locked. They have 2,000 unique token holders, and you can see the circulating supply and the other statistics right here. Also on their Twitter at Uplift DAO, you can check it out right there. Hello lifters, who successfully raised 550 BUSD in total for the first 2 IDOs. We wouldn't be where we are without you. On behalf of the entire Uplift DAO team, thank you for your support and being part of our community. Now, lastly, if you want to find out more about Uplift DAO, you could click the link in the description, not in the pinned comment, for Uplift DAO Accelerator, Launchpad, and Community. You can check out all of their links by clicking on that link below, and you can also enter to win the Uplift DAO and Crypto Love giveaway. So up to 10 lucky winners will receive up to 1,000 lift. Basically, all you need to do is stake a minimum of 100 lift for 30 days, and you'll be entered to win up to 1,000 lift. So good luck to that. Thank you very much for sponsoring the episode, Uplift. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Peace.